The much anticipated Greenlight Hollywood Series 14 does not disappoint. This has got to be one of the coolest releases of 6 vehicles that I've seen from the Greenlight Hollywood series in all my time collecting. We've got the Crown Victoria from Walking Dead, Bobby's 71 Chevrolet Chevelle from Supernatural, the 55 Cadillac Fleetwood from the Godfather, as well as another 55 Cadillac Fleetwood from the Elvis Presley Signature Product series. And then a Emma's Volkswagen Beetle with weathering effects from Once Upon a Time, as well as an 87 Jeep Wrangler YJ from Field of Dreams. This collection of 6 vehicles was just released as of late August 2016. And wait until you see the details on some of these cars, as we are going to be opening all of them up with a brief look at the packaging before we do so. All of these are true 1/64 scale, metal base, metal bodies, everything's metal, with extremely detailed paint jobs and Tampa work on them. This collection of 6 vehicles is among my favorites and so highly anticipated for so many reasons. Number 1, Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and the details that they put into this car, an authentic Crown Victoria straight from the show, is unbelievable. The dusting on the windshield with the windshield wiper scrape marks, the brake dust on the front rims versus the back rims, which is so authentic of a well-used car, the grime in general, and all the gear on the roof. We'll look at that more in detail once we open it, but here is the back of the package. Let's zoom in. You can pause on that if you want to read the rest of it. I'm not going to read each and every package as they are all different. And there, of course, is the actual car from The Walking Dead. So authentic, so cool. That has got to be one of my favorites. I'm sure that one's not going to be sticking around on the shelves all that long. Now, I do not watch Supernatural Join the Hunt, but I certainly can appreciate the coolness factor of this 71 Chevelle, also featuring a significant amount of grime and weathering and rust, which I think are 3 of the best things that you can put on a 1/64 scale die-cast car. We'll get this one out of the package and examine all of its details as well. And as for the show itself, we've got an image on the back, but no actual written information. So, you know, who does not know what The Godfather is? Well, The Godfather is a wicked collection of 3 movies that go back to the 1970s, and if you want to know more about it, then do a little bit of research, or if you've already watched the show, or the movies, then you know exactly how cool this is to have a 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood Series 60. We're going to examine all of its details in a moment as we open it. As much as it does pain me to open these amazing packaging that Greenlight has brought to market for this Hollywood series, it really is quite a cool collectible with the imagery and artwork that they have. Here we've got Elvis's 1955 Cadillac Fleetwood Series 60 as well, of course in Elvis's favorite color for his cars, pink. We do not have a real image of the car, but we do have a quote: "Ambition is a dream with a V8 engine." Signed Elvis Presley. Pretty cool, I have to say. Can't wait to open that one up. Here's another, I'm not sure if this is a movie or a show, Once Upon a Time, but Emma's Volkswagen Beetle. It's got some sort of mark on the door, and it's supposed to. As you can see from the back, again, no description, but we do have a picture of what I assume to be Emma. Pretty young lady, if you don't mind my saying. And her Volkswagen Beetle in the background, which features a large marring mark on the driver's side door. If you're left-hand drive, that is. And the car itself, well, we'll examine the details in like I said, just a moment. The last one is Field of Dreams, the Jeep Wrangler YJ. This is the second vehicle we've seen from Field of Dreams. The first one was a dusted up Volkswagen minibus in flat red. This is a movie, of course, and again, if you want to know more about the movie, you should do your own research or watch it. This is a die-cast review for Greenlight's Hollywood Series 14 6-car set. Let's open them up. I always like to start my videos by opening my favorite car out of each series first. And that one is going to be this 2001 Ford Crown Victoria. The rest of the cars I'll have open for you off camera. But here we go. Let's take a look at this awesome, super realistic reproduction from a hit TV series. It's out of the package now. Let's get some zoomage action going on here. It's in the plastic still. Let's get it out of the plastic packaging. Take a look at the side less seen. And check out all the details on this thing. There's the license plate. As you can see, it's dusted all the way over. The back window is completely dusted. Luggage on the roof. This car does feature an opening hood. Whether or not I'll be able to open it on camera is, well, yet to be seen. All metal. This is an all metal casting, as are all Greenlights in this premium series. Number 2513 in the release order or production order. This one is assembled with rivets. And let's see if we can get that hood open. With a little help from a hobby knife, I was able to pry open the hood. And there you have a detailed engine lurking under the hood. It shall not be overlooked, of course, because that all adds to the realism of this model. What a cool piece. Next up, let's take a look at another weathered car. The 71 Chevy Chevelle. And there you have it. Now that window is dirty. I'm not sure you can actually see out of that windshield. Let's have a look. Just barely. Very detailed interior. Soiled all over. Really cool. It's got rust all over the roof. Rust all over the rear quarter panels and rocker panels. It's got some primer overspray from an attempted repair on that driver's side door. More rust on the hood. And a completely altogether replaced passenger door and passenger fender, with one roll down the fender of green paint, most likely from a roller brush. This car is exceptional. Exceptionally cool. Looks great in all junkyards, I'm sure. It is an SS model, so definitely a very restorable piece. All metal. And production number 4226. Who said? Well, the wheels roll pretty good for the most part. Let's get it down on the ground and have a look at that. Rolls well enough. There's no stoppages there. One other thing to note is that this car does feature an opening hood. And check it out. Nice big V8 engine under the hood. The silver painted air cleaner. Flat black engine surround and radiator. Even the bottom of the hood is painted Oh no, it's green. Never mind. But very, very authentic looking car. Also note it is missing its it is missing its front left signals. As you can see there, they're blacked out, whereas on this side you've got the orange signal light still. Lots of details to observe on these cars, and definitely another piece that is going to be of interest, I think, to a lot of people, even those that don't know anything about the show. By far one of my favorites of this collection is the Cadillac. So much so that I had to order myself a couple of these just because it's just so cool. It's just, I couldn't live without more than one of these. Let's get that one opened up. In fact, we're going to open up both of these at the exact same time and review them side by side. Coming out of the package first is the Godfather. Wow, check out the shiny black paint on this car. I imagine it's going to have an opening hood. Yes. Look at that. This is a brand new casting for Greenlight as of August 2016. Got a massive engine under there. And transparent headlights. Check out all the details. We're going to have a close look at this casting. Really, really cool all the way around. Probably my favorite casting to come out so far this year. Love the big four doors. Really appreciate that Greenlight is putting out so many four-door cars and station wagons, because they really have not received the deserved attention over the years from other manufacturers, and really Greenlight is leading the charge on bringing these cars to our market and to our accessibility. Number 928, only a 4-digit number on the bottom of this car, interestingly, indicating that it may be less than a 10,000 production car, unless that changes. And now its counterpart. Same car, exactly, at least I think, except painted in pink for the Elvis release. Here we go. Looks to be the same. The wheels are even the same. We'll put both cars side by side in a second. Checking out that license plate and gold trunk emblem. Nice freely moving wheels. Sometimes you need to use a knife to crack the seal on these engines. And there you go. Big old blue engine block in there with a black air cleaner. The hood shuts real nicely. This one's got the tan interior as well. And what number do we have on here? Number 3926. And now both Cadillacs side by side. Looking forward to more and more releases of this car. I hope that it doesn't get shelved, because it is one heavy piece, let me tell you. Very, very cool casting from Greenlight. The next one we're looking at is Emma's Volkswagen. Let's get this one out of its package. Here we go. Now we can finally take a closer look at that door mar, or scratch, or whatever the heck it is. Oh, it's a very well detailed tampo mark, like a splattering of some sorts. Let's see if the car has any other visible damage or defects intentionally produced. It does not. Interestingly, this one features a plastic base, which most of the premium release cars in the Hollywood series do not. Normally I've seen metal bases on these. Not that that takes away from the car in any way, other than sheerly the weight of the vehicle. It's quite light compared to the others. And this could be a compensation of sorts to compensate for the weight of the Cadillacs in this series. Not just one, but two. And like I said in many of my videos, Greenlight is known for a perfect 1/64 scale. So we've got two very heavy Cadillacs in this series, as well as a very heavy Crown Victoria, heavy Chevelle, and these cars are all extremely well detailed. Not saying that this one isn't. Of course, this one meets all standards of detail that I've come to recognize from Greenlight. License plates, signal lights, headlights, chrome. It does not feature a rear opening engine lid like some of their Volkswagens do in the premium line. But, I mean, they do need to keep their packaging weights to a certain amount, I'm sure. The next one we're going to look at is the Field of Dreams Jeep YJ. Let's get that one out of the package right now. And as the final one in the series, pretty cool vehicle. Always a fan of my old Jeeps. New and old, I should say. Here we go. This one's got a really cool paint job on it. An interesting front bumper I'm not sure that we've seen before yet from Greenlight. It's got some sort of push bar, like a winch mount on the front, I should say. Detailed license plate and headlights and signal lights. Iowa plates by the looks of it. Fog lamps, off-road trail lamps. Now these ones do not feature opening parts, although it looks like the engine, the hood is a separate piece. It is not. An authentic rubber fifth tire, spare tire, and separate tail lamps and license plate. Look at that, it's even got the details for the 4-liter engine. Gas tank on the bottom. Roll bar. And a very well detailed interior. This one features the automatic transmission. Some of them I've seen a shifter knob in them, indicating a standard transmission. Oh, look at a low number vehicle here. We've got number 251. Again, only a 4-digit numeric area for that. Metal base, it's painted flat black, assembled with 2 Phillips screws. Interesting to me that some of the Greenlight vehicles are assembled with screws and others are assembled with rivets. So vehicles assembled with the screws, easily customizable, taking them apart, whatever you want to do with them. Ones with rivets, you're going to need to drill them apart if you're a customizer. I'm not sure if that's something new. I would think not, because the Crown Victoria is an older model. I've seen it many times, and this one features rivets. But interestingly, certain vehicles do have screws assembly, and others have rivets. Just a side note. I always like to investigate all the details that I possibly can. I do have to say, this is, like I said, my favorite release of Hollywood Series 14, and I think I may be buying myself a second set. Happy hunting, everyone.